All right, Mo, we're gonna start off with you with this one. The- so they said, well, I don't know if this is to be true. It's just saying that a beat writer that's been working for the Houston Chronicles, that now Texans said they're not trading Deshaun, but this is what it's saying. The beat writer said this: Houston's looking for 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and 2 defensive starters for Deshaun Watson. Mo, would you make the trade?
Man, listen here. No, that conversation wouldn't go too far with me. I'm sorry. Like, I love Deshaun Watson to death, but if I give you 2 first round and 2 second rounders, then we should be at the table eating dinner. But now you want me to give you 2 defensive starters? Are you serious? Like I'm and Deshaun Watson is a heck of a player, but you're telling me you want me essentially to give you 6 players for 1 player. I'm giving you 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, and 2 defense starters for 1 player.
Yeah.
You're not offering any other cash next to it. You're not offering your kind of players. You're telling me to give you 6 players for 1 person. I can't do it. I'm not with that. And I'm gonna throw this question to make it funny right now. Let's just say it was one of our teams. What 2 defensive players would y'all give up?
Oh, don't worry. I'm getting to that. Don't worry, Mo. I'm getting to that. So you wouldn't do it. You would not do it, right?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Now, I would say this though. Would I sit down and consider the 2 first round and 2 second rounders? Yeah, we can talk. But if you talking about now, I got to use 2 defensive starters too. Nah, I'm sorry. Our conversation's over.
All right. So all right, Craig. What you think?
I do it.
Yeah.
My team. We didn't go to my team didn't go to the playoffs last year. They didn't go to the playoffs year before last.
Who would you give up?
Yeah, I do it. Huh?
What defensive starters would you give up?
Obviously, I give up the 4 picks.
Yeah.
I might see if they can go from one of the second rounds to a third round instead of 2 seconds. But
okay.
Then I would give up Teddy Bridgewater, one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Just selling it.
Definitely can have him and his contract.
Yeah.
And then it's between three defenders. Like I was looking at this and I was reading websites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got 3.
Okay.
But I would narrow it down to 2 eventually. But Dante Jackson, the cornerback, his contract's up next year.
Okay.
No, his contract's up this year.
Okay.
So he's a free agent pretty much. So if they don't want to sign him, and they're going to have to pay him because he's the best quarterback on the team.
Okay.
And so he has that leverage saying, I'm the best cornerback on the team. You're going to get rid of me, blah, blah, blah. So
yeah,
they can try to trade him before, I guess, free agency hits or whatever.
Yeah. They'll have the cap space.
And that'll help. And then, if the Texans want to sign him or re-sign him, then they can. Another guy is Shaq Thompson. Besides Teddy Bridgewater, he's the second highest paid player on the team. He just signed a 4-year deal in 2019, so it expires in 2023. So he's only 26. Yeah. He probably had his best season last year. He stepped in obviously for Luke since he retired, so he became, I guess, the captain of the team or the captain of the defense at least. Or at least one of the leaders of the defense. So,
hey, Craig, this how I know you feel some type of way about Teddy Bridgewater. He said 2 defensive starters.
Yeah,
you go
you just do it, Teddy, huh?
Teddy's got to go, man. There's no point bringing Deshaun in. He still got Teddy on the team. He's got to go. But yeah, I would definitely do Shaq Thompson. Another guy is because J.J. Watt might not be there, and he was a second-round pick last year. Yator. What's his last name?
Penn State. I know you're talking about from Penn State.
Yeah, from Penn State. Yeah, he was second round pick last year. He did okay. He was out for a little while with injury and COVID, but he could step in and maybe replace JJ. Not going to replace JJ Watt,
but
he could
like
step
fill
in.
I got you.
Yeah. If JJ Watt doesn't resign, which he probably won't, because he's going to cost too much, and he could just be that next guy, and he's still on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
And if he stays healthy and doesn't get COVID again like he did last year, then yeah, I mean that's another guy that could. He's on the defensive line. They could easily step up, and because the Texans were the worst team stopping the run last year.
Yep.
Over 160 yards, I believe, or maybe it was 180. I can't remember.
It was a lot of yards.
So I mean, they could easily take 2 of those guys. Obviously, Shaq Thompson is going to be probably the biggest hiccup because of his contract. But I would trade pretty much any but 5. I said 2 guys before, in McCaffrey and Moore. I would probably lean towards no Jeremy Chin, no Brian Burns, and no Derek Brown because he's a first round pick last year. But other than those 5, or at least those first 4,
what are those got to give, man?
Nah, see, if Brian Burns leaves, I'll be highly disappointed because he's turned into one of the best edge rushers in the league. He had 9 sacks last year in just his second year. And he's pretty much one of the few bright spots besides Jeremy Chin on that defense.
Yeah, I like him. I liked him coming out of Florida State.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
So, and he, so that's what I would do.
Joe.
2 of those 3.
What you doing?
I've learned from this conversation that I would be laughing all the way to the bank as I trade for Deshaun Watson. So I'm gladly giving up 2 1s. I'm gladly giving up 2 2s. And I'm not giving up my defensive players. I'm trying to dump contracts. You can take Bradley Chubb. You could take anyone you want. You want Malik Reed? All yours. You want Draymond Jones, a third-year player who's up and coming? All yours. And I'll gladly take the franchise quarterback, and I will go to the playoffs, and I will have a great time. And first rounders are overrated. If you have a top 10 first-round pick, you have about a 50% chance of getting a Pro Bowl player. And that's not a perennial Pro Bowler. That's someone who goes to the Pro Bowl once. If you're picking in the playoffs, that first-round pick has like a 20 to 30% chance of getting a Pro Bowler. You know what I'll take? A Pro Bowl quarterback. And I'll take that every day. I wouldn't think if that's all the Texans are asking for, 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and 2 defensive starters, take them. And I will appreciate the value you've given me.
I'm not gonna lie. I agree with Joe on this one. I'm giving up 2 firsts, 2 second, and I'm probably gonna give up maybe Sweat and maybe D-Ron Payne. Fuck it. Yeah, man. I'm dead serious. Listen, this is Deshaun. Young, do you understand that if Carolina gets Deshaun Watson, in my opinion, I think he's gonna win one Super Bowl. I think so in his career.
I got you. But
would you trade that? I would definitely trade that to get a Super Bowl. It's so hard to find franchise quarterbacks, and I feel like Riviera fits him. Like that. Yeah, I gotta go, man. Listen, even if it's, and usually they don't leave, right? He's happy. He comes to the Washington football team, or he comes to Carolina, or he comes to the Broncos. He's probably going to stay 10 years. You got to think, out of those 10 years, if you build around him, we would have the division locked down. If he goes to Carolina, the division is locked. Unless the only competition is Tom Brady. Tom Brady only got 2 more years. Saints don't know what to do at quarterback, and Matt Ryan can't play a lick. You telling me, if Deshaun Watson comes to your team, besides maybe the Broncos, but listen, Deshaun Watson, out of all the young quarterbacks, he's the only quarterback to beat Patrick Mahomes.